Boy deleted all of his parents' contact information. Then he pulled out his SIM card and threw it out the window. He decided to leave this loveless home. At that moment, his unaware mother thought the boy was just sulking with her. But when they came home to wake the boy up, they discovered he had been living in a tiny room. Even his blanket was just a thin layer. Only then did his parents realize how hard life had been for him all these years back home. It turned out the boy's parents had been working abroad the whole time. He had been raised by his grandmother since he was a child. He deeply longed for his parents' presence. To get them to come back and see him, he studied desperately hard. Even though he scored full marks every time, his parents always had various excuses to refuse. But what the boy didn't know was his parents would rather travel with his younger siblings than return to their hometown. Clearly, they had forgotten the boy existed. But on the day the boy graduated from college, his parents finally returned home in a luxury car. The boy excitedly ran to greet them, but what he got in return was their coldness. They were only focused on showing his siblings around the hometown, completely ignoring the son they hadn't seen in 20 years. The boy felt utterly disappointed, but he still held out hope for his parents. Until dinner time, when he accidentally overheard a conversation between his brother and parents. His brother asked their father, since the boy had such good grades, what if he competed for the family inheritance in the future? The father, who had always favored the younger son, said that if the boy dared to compete, they'd cut ties with him. The reason he came back this time was simply to show the whole village how successful he had become. Only then did the boy realize his parents hadn't come back for him. He was just the extra, the unnecessary one. And right at that moment, the restaurant suddenly exploded. A steel plate fell on the boy, leaving him completely unable to move. As the building was about to collapse, his parents only cared about getting his siblings to safety, completely ignoring the boy's cries for help. When he woke up again, he was already in the hospital. Before the boy could even react, his mother called him. He thought she was calling out of concern, but instead she asked the severely injured boy to come home to take care of his injured brother. After hearing this, he felt completely heartbroken. They were all her children. How could his parents be so biased? At that moment, he gave up all hope in his parents. He immediately called a university abroad. He decided to go study overseas in 10 days. He then went to the proper department to apply for a passport. After returning home, he tore up all his awards and burned the family portrait he had drawn. Finally, after paying respects to the grandmother who raised him, the boy resolutely left this place. At this time, his unaware parents were still in the ancestral hall performing rituals. When it was the boy's turn to kneel and bow, they realized he hadn't shown up. The father became furious at this. He even accused the boy of being ill-mannered and intended to give him a lesson. But just then, his sister came running over in a panic. She told their parents that she had seen the boy leave with her own eyes, but their parents didn't believe her. Even the younger brother suspected the boy had done it on purpose. Upon hearing this, the father got very angry, so he told his wife to call the boy. When the boy didn't answer, the father asked the daughter to try calling him. But still, no one picked up. Only then did the family start to feel something was wrong, so they went home to look for him. Unbeknownst to them, the boy was already on his way to the airport. When they all got back home, they found that the boy wasn't there. At that moment, the mother remembered she had seen the boy go to the immigration office that day. She suspected that he had already left the country. But the father didn't believe his son had the money to go abroad. On their daughter's suggestion, they decided to look for him in his